Hi, my name is Mike Salyer. I'm a substation electrician by trade. I like to make things, tinker, also cosplay with my family and my kids. It's a lot of fun. So in the beginning we made costumes for Halloween. In the first couple 3 years, that's what we did until we found out about cosplay and Comic-Con and other people that liked making costumes. So we were cosplaying before we even knew what cosplay was. And it was just about making a cool costume. And usually we tell ourselves we're going to give ourselves a lot of time to do these things. We start it like 3-4 months in advance, but we usually run it down to the wire where it's the last week. We haven't even started. Like for Comic-Con this year, we threw our costumes together in like 5 days, and we were helping my parents move. So it was really hectic, really busy. I was working on Saturdays and Sundays and trying to fit the time. You gotta make the time, you know, and it's hard. Sometimes you don't get a lot of sleep, but that's what it costs sometimes to have a good costume or to get it finished. Not a lot of parents do this, so the kids really appreciate it. They know that, if you're a sane parent, you're not going to do this stuff. It's very thankless, and you gotta love doing it, or else it's gonna consume you. It does. It's a very grueling job. But I think making it is a lot of the fun, and then just seeing their face when they see that they've transformed into this character is awesome too. I feel like my wife and I were both very artistic, and we didn't really have formal training or anything like that. And I think at a young age, if you can learn how to master certain principles, it'll help you develop. And if you don't like it, then maybe you will. But at least you'll have that skill. You'll have that talent. You know, some people think that art is something that you're born with, but there's some people that are really great artists and they had to work really hard. You know, and that's what I think a lot of people fail to do. They fail to try. We've had the kids in art since they were really little, at least 5. And so we had them training art with Larice. They start out with pastels, chalk pastels, they moved to watercolor, and then they moved to oils. And Alina's in oils now, Aubrey's in watercolor. And I think that's helped them out a lot, because it gives them a foundation for what art is and how to blend colors and what that all is, and give them a little bit more discipline to sit down and actually draw or complete a project. And they both search the internet. They go on Pinterest and look at things that they like the manga art. And Alina is very influenced by that whole Japanese style, caricature, and she draws that stuff, and she started making sculptures, which blew me out of the water. I was like super impressed. With some of the smaller dolls that she's created, I would have thought somebody bought it. And we got to the point where I had this small area right over here. This used to be our master bedroom, and I had this little area over here where I would do a little tinkering and making stuff. And we decided that the kids' room was a little too small, and the other room by itself was a little too small. We converted our master bedroom into a master craft room. So there's a bathroom over there. It's great for washing brushes and all that stuff. But it gives us enough room to work on projects as a whole. We can have the whole family up here. We can listen to music at the same time, and it kind of brings us all together. at the same time to get the whole thing done. I can see what they're doing. I can see we have the interaction, so keeps the family close and doing something creative instead of just watching TV or playing a video game. Yeah, we don't get out very much, but we're making stuff as a family, and I'm really impressed with both of them. They've come a long way with their art. They've come a long way with how they interact with each other too. So I think that brings them closer, and they're always going to have that. Well, I think for me, if anything, I want them to not have a boring childhood. I want them to remember all the cool things that we've done, all the places we've been to, all the trips we've taken, all the costumes we've made together, and all the fun that we've had. I want it to be fun for them. I mean, they'll always have pictures, always have videos and stuff like that, but I think if anything, when they grow up and they start having kids, that they'll start to do the same things. You know, take the interest, and hopefully we will have prepared them to be able to do those things with their kids. You know, my grandkids, which is kind of freaky, but yeah, I want to make costumes for my grandkids one day, and I think that would be fun to work with them and collaborate and have a huge group cosplay type thing where we all went to Comic-Con. I mean, one WonderCon we went to, I saw this couple, and the elder man, he's probably in his late 60s, early 70s. He had a Captain America hoodie on, and she had a Spider-Man hoodie on. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. You guys are into comics? And she goes, whoa, wait. And they pulled the little masks down on the inside. You know, the Captain America mask, and then she pulled down her Spider-Man mask, and they were walking around like that. And I thought that was really cool. That they still had that spirit in them, that they still fought to be kids inside. And if anything, I want to not lose that, to be a kid inside. You can have a grown-up job, but you don't have to be a grown-up.